Okay, I'm going to show you how to rebuild a clipper. This is a Andis, same thing as a Heiniger Extra. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild it. So first off, I went ahead and took the cover off of here so I can see what's going on inside here. And then I'm going to turn it on. Obviously it sounds like there's a gear stripping up in here, so I'm going to go and take that apart. I'm going to move this down here so you can watch it. What we're going to do is crack these loose here. Because I'm doing a lot of these, I have all these set up already. Take that apart. You can see right there that gear is stripped right there. So that means it's not moving back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and check this, see how loud this is, see if this gear needs replaced. And that is really loud as well, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that gear. Should probably unplug it. Now when you take this part off, you can be really careful. You don't pull the whole motor mount because you'll mess up your brushes. So there, it's one to come with it, so I'm going to be really careful. I don't take it with me. Let me take this one out all the way. If you mess that up, you gotta take your brushes out here and reset your brushes. So right now, I can feel a little slop in this gear, and that's where all the noises come from. Wrong one. So there's too much slop in this gear right here. And that's where all your noise comes from on the clipper. Well, most of the noise, if it's a loud clipper, replace this gear. It's a little quiet. I'm still worried about this gear here being stripped out. I'm going to go ahead and check that. See if the bearings wore out on the motor mount. It feels solid, but it just seems like it's making a lot of noise. But we're going to go ahead and try this. Make sure that post is solid. What I'm going to do is just take I have Heiniger grease. Doesn't have to be Heiniger, I don't think. Put grease all the way around this gear. And all the way around this one. I'm going to check this, see if there's any crud in there. I'm going to clean this out. So I got that all cleaned out. Go ahead and put it back on the mount. That. My screws back in. still pretty loud. We'll go ahead and try to change this out. If that doesn't, it might just be an old motor. Probably going to retire that clipper here pretty soon, but I'll go ahead and put one of these on. So when you get this out, is you have a little pin there. You're going to pop that pin out with a screwdriver. So that little washer comes out there. This gear comes right off then. Should pop right off. Have a new gear. Make sure that the part that's fatter, that's taller, goes on the back. So the inset part, which is this part, goes on the front. So see, I have the inset part, the divoted out part on facing me, and the part that sticks out past the gear on the inside. I'm going to put that washer back on here. Go ahead and grease this. Put that back on there. Now, these chicken feet are really loose. If you see that, that means this spring needs replaced. It's on inside here, so I'll go ahead and replace that. So what you do is you have to take all the tension off of the nut here. You're going to take this thing off right here. Crack that loose. Take a big flathead screwdriver. Take that pin out. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this, slide it sideways, kind of pull that out. Just like that. And then you're going to take these two screws out here. That one's really on there. Let me crack it loose for this. So this spring is wore out. See how flat it is? That's what a new one looks like. You see the difference here? That's what holds your chicken feet into the position. So I'm going to put this new one on here. Make sure the chicken feet get locked in. Go and tighten that up. sure those are tight. Now you see my chicken feet are completely solid. Now this is the hard part. You want to line up that hole right there facing you because it has to go back on that post. I'm going to wash my hands off quick. I'm going to go ahead and slide this thing on here like this. And I got to get that hole lined up. It's the hardest part, is putting all of this back together. Try that again. There it goes. Put this pin back in. Try and match that back how it was. And that's how you replace all of that. So I'm going to put the cup back on here. Tighten this back down. And that's how you do a complete rebuild. So I replace the black gear, and I replace the double gear, and I replace the black spring underneath here. So that tightens the whole thing up. The only thing you have to replace on these sometimes is this post here, which is this. Sometimes they get wore down and you can't put any more tension. But if you look right here, this has plenty of tension still. I can still go down quite a ways, so I'm not going to replace that today.